Part 3. As I was saying, the old Honeysuckle Creek tracking station dish is now at Tippabilla. If I hadn't have turned up this road, I would have ended up going to the tracking station. So that road, the Honeysuckle Creek Road, also ends in a dead end. Just to the right here is actually like a miniature ski resort. Believe it or not, get quite a bit of snow up here in winter, and they add man-made snow with the snow machines. There's a ski slope for learning, and one of those summertime bobsled rides down the hills. You can't really see it because of the trees, and I couldn't point the camera that way, but it looked like it survived, and this area survived fairly well through the bushfire. Back to Honeysuckle Creek Road. To the east of it, there's Naas Road, NAAS, and that's a really nice road too. Heads right down towards the southern border of the ACT, but then it turns into dirt, which I don't really want to drive my car on, and eventually goes to a small town called Adamindaby in New South Wales. Some years ago there used to be packs of wild horses up here. They'd escaped from properties and whatnot. They used to cause quite a bit of damage, soil erosion, and just general damage to the undergrowth. And I believe they're all shot. So it's not a problem anymore. They weren't native to the region, so the environmentalists won't get upset. There's another one of these sort of roads to the west of here, the southwest, and it too, partway along, turns into a dirt road, and it eventually takes you to the top of Mount Franklin, which is on the southern border with New South Wales. There also is a dirt track that runs off it, which goes to Brindabella, where I believe Miles Franklin, the famous Australian author, lived for a short period. There's four-wheel drive tracks from there that can take you through to Tumut and then onto the Snowy Mountains hydroelectric scheme that generates electricity for much of southern New South Wales and the ACT. As I said earlier, in winter this area is coated in snow. It's not really deep, but it's enough to have fun with. The road will get like a ½ inch to an inch covering, and it's quite nice. Lots of cars come up, people with their children making snowmen and whatnot. Once again, a bit of a roller coaster ride. It'd be really fun if you could somehow make sure there weren't going to be any kangaroos or wombats on the road and no other cars around, just to be able to go flat out along here. and possibly something to stop you from going over the edge. Just up there to the left is a ranger's house. There's toilets and a little barbecue area just down below there. And we're here. As you can see from the drought, the water level is quite down a bit. I remember it being fairly close to the high tide mark some years ago, maybe 15 years ago. That's how it should look. This is at the base of the dam, looking back up the spillway, which probably hasn't seen much use for a while. It's really nice up there, very quiet, just hear the birds and the wind. The slight scent of eucalypt in the air. Now back to Gibraltar Falls. As you can see, it's pretty pathetic. Mind you, I wouldn't want to fall down there. And we're looking back towards Canberra, and that's the end of the trip. Thanks for taking the time to watch this.